off laying on our backs. So start with the knees bent. Allow the heaviness of the bones to settle, ground you down, connect you to the earth. And if it's comfortable to extend the heels away from the ground, you can do that. If that causes any discomfort, just keep the knees bent, feet wide, legs fall together. Take a moment to check in with yourself before we really get moving. Bring the awareness to the breath. And notice the quality of the breath before your practice today. Notice if the chest feels tight or open. If the breath is short or long. If the inhales or the exhales bear more weight. And then let's begin to consciously deepen the breath. As you inhale, feel the breath so deep and so long that it touches down into the bottoms of the feet and the tips of the toes. And as you exhale, soften back and spread wide across the floor. Inhale so deeply that the breath fills the body from the inside out like a balloon, filling the back body and the side bodies as well as the front bodies. And as you exhale, sink into the support of the ground beneath you. Feel that stacking of the bones and joints in the back body plane. Remembering this alignment for later. And then begin a quick scan through your physical body. From the bottoms of the feet and the tips of the toes. Inhale and pull the awareness up through the legs. Into the pelvis, the hips, the low back. Notice any areas of tension, soreness, general discomfort. And as you inhale deeply, breathe into those areas. Gently open and expand with the in-breath. And allow tension to leave the body with the breath as you exhale. Next inhale pulls the awareness up the torso, into the shoulders, the neck, and the face. Once again, just noticing where in your upper body you're holding tension today, and using the breath to bring the awareness there. As you inhale, make space, invite fresh blood and oxygen to flow through those areas. And as you exhale completely, continue the conversation of consciously asking the body to soften, release, and let go. Lastly, check in with your mind. Notice where your thoughts are at. Notice the speed at which they move through you. Take a big step back from identifying as the thoughts. And just begin to witness their passing. through the mind like clouds through the sky, without getting attached or carried away, without judging yourself for what you're thinking about, but just beginning to notice the habits and patterns in the way your mind turns. And then bring the awareness back and anchor it fully on your breath. A few more of those deep, long breaths, filling the body from the inside out like a balloon. And as you exhale, completely softening back against the support of the floor. And noticing any imbalances in how the body rests. So we're working to activate the third eye today, the mind's eye, where we receive our dreams and intuitions, where we create our visualizations and projections. And one of the ways that we activate this through the yoga practice is to begin to trust, work with, and manage that which we cannot see with the physical eyes. So the back body plane, where that universal blueprint for optimal alignment exists. Notice if one foot falls out more than the other. Notice if one shoulder is lifted away from the ground more than the other. Send the breath into the places that are tighter. Continue the conversation of asking your body to soften. And make a mental note. Observe if these patterns and tendencies appear again in the practice today. When you are ready, you can inhale and reach the mind up, reach the arms, that's funny, up and overhead. Give yourself a big stretch from fingertips to tippy toes. Exhale here. Inhale, draw the knees into the chest. And exhale, roll to the right side body. Press down with the palms to lift up. And come to a comfortable seated position. Keep the eyes closed for just another moment. Reconnecting with that alignment that we created laying on our backs. So building our connection from the ground up. Make sure that the pelvis is in a neutral position so the sits bones can ground straight down. It might help to inner rotate the thighs and move the flesh of the buttocks out. It might help to sit up on a blanket or a pillow or anything if you feel that your pelvis is tilted back. We cannot lengthen the spine from this position. So sitting up can help with that. As the tailbone, and as the sits bones press down, inhale, lift and lengthen through the heart and the crown of the head. Roll the shoulders together down and in towards the back body to broaden the chest. And check in with what is happening in your head. Most of us are here, so even when we draw our shoulders back, our chin is still jutting forward. So we've got to take the whole jawbone and head, slide it back, and lift through the tips of the ears. So that third eye center between the brows and back into the center of the head is stacked over the palate, the heart, the hips. So all of this building our alignment from the ground up so that we can connect energetically to the universe. And at the third eye center, when you look at the brain, there's the hypothalamus, the pineal, and the pituitary glands forming like a little moon shape. And these, what are they called? Glands? No, whatever. They regulate our experience of light and darkness, help to regulate hormones. And in the yoga tradition, it is believed that they drip and drop the soma, the nectar of rejuvenation and enlightenment from the center of the head through the body. And this is what happens when we sleep, when we meditate, and when we are at ease. So this is the alignment that we're looking to facilitate in all the shapes. Good. We're also looking to practice focusing our awareness so that the mind isn't easily swept up and carried away by all the chaos in the world around us. But that no matter what is happening around us, we are able to have single pointed focus and awareness on who we truly are and what we would like to create in this reality. So sometimes watching a lot of television, I feel like, can interrupt our capacity to create our own dreams, visions, visualizations that will call the world, the reality, the next phase and step of our community and planetary evolution into being. Having a lot of time at home now, we want to make sure that we take time away from media to really focus on our own ability to call what we would like to see as the outcome of this situation into being. With an inhale, you can reach your arms up and overhead. And exhale through the mouth with sound, release. We'll do that again. Inhale, deeply reach past the skin and fingertips. And exhale completely, let it all go. One more time like that. Inhale, reaching up, extending beyond the body. And exhale, settling back down and in. And then we'll inhale to prepare for the sound of Om 3 times together. So always pausing to observe the silence where the sound begins and ends. And we'll do a pranayama, we'll do Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing, to bring balance to the sides of the body, hemispheres of the brain, darkness and light, inner and outer realms. This breath work is associated with the third eye because There are two, the sun and the moon channel, Ida on the left, Pingala on the right, that move up the central channel of the spine, crisscrossing to form the spin of the chakras. And when they are at balance at each energetic level, they pierce through a grati or a knot, opening up that central channel. The last place where they meet up is at the third eye center before they merge with the central channel, which is called Sushumna, and extend out through the crown of the head, connecting you to the energy of the universe and to an awareness of all things. So you'll focus your gaze on your third eye center. Make sure that as you inhale, you lift and lengthen through the crown of the head. As you exhale, roll the shoulders together, down and into the back body. Slide the jawbone back, looking for that lightness that comes into the body when everything is in alignment. And then bring the right hand up by the face, fold the pointer and the middle fingers down. We'll be using the thumb to block the right nostril, the ring and the pinky finger to block the left nostril alternately. Inhale deeply through the nose. Exhale completely. Block the right nostril with the thumb and inhale left. Switch and exhale right. Inhale right. Switch and exhale left. Inhale left. Switch and exhale right. Inhale right. Switch and exhale left. Inhale left. Switch and exhale right. Inhale right. Switch and exhale left. Inhale left. Switch, exhale right. Inhale right. Switch, exhale left. Inhale left. Switch, exhale right. Inhale right. Switch, exhale left. One more round on your own. Observing if the left side or right side, the moon side or the sun side are more clogged or open. And just making a mental note of what is happening in your body. The next time you exhale on the left side, you can release the hands down and return to the normal breath. Pausing to observe the effects of the pranayama on the energy in your body. And then with an inhale, you can gently open the eyes. Come onto your hands and knees. Spread the fingers wide. Ground the knees under the hips. As you inhale, drop your abdomen down, arch your back, gaze up. As you exhale, press down and curl the spine to the ceiling. Continue at your own pace. Sync the motions of the body with the breath. Use the breath to deepen the motions of the body, allowing that synchronicity to bring you fully and completely into the present moment. And move in any way that feels good to you within the confines of the shapes. Good. Really remembering throughout the practice today to listen and tune in to the information you're receiving from your body, because without a teacher present, Keeping your body safe and listening is all on you. When you are ready, you can tuck your toes, lift your hips high, and press back. Downward facing dog. Feel free to pedal the feet, sway the hips, move in any way that feels good to you here. And then find some stillness. Connecting with the shapes from the ground up. Make sure the hands and feet are evenly grounded. The outer edge of the feet turn parallel with the outer edge of the mat. And if there's tightness in the hips, if the low back is rounding, I'm trying to do it, it's hard for me, then you have to take a slight bend in the knees right over the ankles to give you that leverage to everybody. Inhale and lift the hips high. Lift the abdomen towards the spine and press the thigh bones back. Feel how that action lengthens and creates space in the lower back by shifting the pelvis. Allow the heels to settle towards the ground. Head hangs heavy. 3 more deep, long breaths. And inhale, float forward into plank pose. Pause here. Hips at the height of the shoulders and then root the tailbone down. Lift from the back of the heart to meet the shoulder blades. Roll the shoulders down and extend through the crown of the head. Low ribs and hip bones cinch towards each other. One more big inhale here. And exhale, lower the knees, the chest, and the chin. Press the tops of the feet down. Inhale, lift the heart, roll the shoulders back. Everything on the ground, pressing firmly down into the ground to lift the heart and crown. Rolling the shoulders into the spine and noticing the alignment in the neck. So we're not trying to crunch into one place, but to make a uniform curve. Have one more big inhale. And exhale, seat to heels. Child's pose. Allow the weight of your hips to settle energetically towards your heels. And from that grounding in the lower body, breathe length and space into each vertebrae in the spine. Exhale and sink more deeply into the stretch. With the hands as wide as the shoulders, press down with the palms to bring energy into the arms and lift them away from the floor. Pull from the fingertips to the center of the back of the heart, turning the biceps up and softening the back of the heart down. And then with an inhale, lift the abdomen and walk your hands to the right. Widening that left hip to the left as you place the abdomen on the right thigh. Have 3 deep, long breaths. Breathing that length and space into the spine. And seeing what you can release and let go of as you exhale. With an inhale, return to center. Exhale, pause at center. Inhale, lift the abdomen and walk the hands to the left. Placing the abdomen on the left thigh as you widen the right hip to the right. Breathe length and space into both side bodies and sides of the neck. And as you exhale completely, deepen the stretch. Inhale back to center and exhale, pause. Inhale, rise, gaze up. Exhale, press back. Downward facing dog, return to your breath. As you inhale, lift and spread the fingers and toes. Lift the abdomen towards the spine. Lift the hips high. As you exhale, lowering the fingers and toes, but keeping the engagement that created. Press the thigh bones up and back to where the wall meets the ceiling. Press down into the hands to bring energy and engagement into the arms. Turn the biceps to face forward. Take the center of the shoulder blades up and back to the thigh bones. So the shoulders don't collapse down towards the floor, but they open back towards the legs. Have one more big breath. And with an inhale, begin to tippy-toe the feet forward to meet the hands. Coming into a standing forward fold, feel free to bend the knees if you would like. Let the head hang heavy. Shake it out, yes and no. Grab opposite elbows and sway. Move in any way that feels good to release the tension from the back, the shoulders, and the neck. Letting it go through the crown of the head. Making space to receive new ideas, inspiration, guidance. With an inhale, return to center, and exhale, release the arms down. Next inhale, begin to spin the pelvis around the femur bones as you stack the vertebrae, rolling up. Shoulders and head are the last things to rise. Find your Tadasana, mountain pose. Good. So, looking for that stacking of the bones and joints, building your connection from the ground up. Outer edge of the feet parallel with outer edge of the mat. Thigh bones back, so the center of the hips come over the knees and ankles. Center of the buttocks into the midline to lift the frontal hip bones. Cinch the hip bones and the low ribs towards each other. Turn the palms to face forward to roll the shoulders back. And notice if your chin is jutting out in front. Slide the jawbone back. Lift the tips of the ears up. And with an inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. Play with the eyes closed today. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Inhale, gaze forward, lengthen your spine. Exhale, step the right leg back. Lower the right knee down. Inhale, rise, Anjaneyasana on the left side. Hug your legs like scissors towards each other to activate the inner groin and the pelvic floor. Lift through the fingertips and the crown of the head. Take the center of the buttocks forward to root the tailbone down as you lean up and back. Have 3 breaths. And inhale to center and exhale, release the hands down. Step back, downward facing dog. You are welcome to stay here in down dog or to inhale and float forward into plank pose. Exhale, lower, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, lift the heart, roll the shoulders back, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, lift the hips high, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg. Lift from the inner thigh and the center of the heel as you press that left thigh bone back to create that balance and evenness in the pelvis. Inhale, lift the abdomen towards the spine. And exhale, stretch in all directions. With your next exhale, step that right foot through between the hands. Lower the left knee down. Inhale, rise, Anjaneyasana. Playing with closing your eyes. Hug the legs together like scissors as you inhale. Feel how that brings the hips to face forward. Tailbone roots down to lift the whole front body. Center of the buttocks moves the hips forward so that as the tailbone roots down, you can lean back. 3 breaths. Inhale back up to center and exhale, release the hands. Inhale, step the back foot forward and exhale, fold. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead, come to stand. Exhale, release the arms by your sides, Tadasana. Check in with your foundation and your alignment, particularly if you are working with the eyes closed. You may begin to notice some tendencies in your body. Return to center. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale, fold forward over the legs. Inhale, gaze forward, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step the left leg back this time. Stack that right knee right over the ankle. And again, inhale and scissor, hug the legs towards each other. Engage the inner legs and the pelvic floor. Maintain that engagement while at the same time you press out through the back heel and the crown of the head draws forward. With your next inhale, lift the right arm up. Lean into the back body to stack the shoulders and open the heart. Pressing out through the palms gives you that leverage to draw the shoulders together down and into the back body. Have one more big breath here. And exhale, release, ground the palms, step back, downward facing dog. Feel free to stay or to inhale and float forward into plank. Exhale, lower, using the knees or chaturanga. Keeping one line of energy through the body. Inhale, lift the heart, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, lift the hips. Downward facing dog. Return to the breath. Inhale the left leg high. Play with closing your eyes. Lift the leg from the inner heel or the inner thigh in the center of the heel. As you press that especially outer right thigh bone back. Inhale, lift the abdomen to the spine, and exhale, shine, pressing out in all directions. With your next exhale, step the left foot through between the hands. Stack that left knee over the left ankle, and as you inhale, hug the legs energetically towards each other. Bring the hips to face forward. Keep that as you press through the back heel and the crown of the head. Inhale, lift the left arm up for a twist. Pressing out through the hands to roll the shoulder blades together down and in towards the spine. Hips face forward, twist at the core, shoulders stack. One more big breath. And exhale, release. Inhale, step the back foot forward. Exhale, fold deeply. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead, come to stand. Exhale, release the arms down by your sides. Tadasana, mountain pose. Check back in. We're gonna bring the feet all the way together now. And find a focal point to steady your gaze. Have it like straight in front of you, not down on the floor, because that's gonna misalign the head. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead and rise onto the balls of the feet. Hug your legs towards each other. Center of the buttocks and low ribs into the midline of the body. Lift through the fingertips. Soften the shoulders down the back. Slide the jawbone back. And then soften the eyes back. Close your eyes, 3 breaths. With that third exhale, lower the heels and fold forward over the legs. Keep the eyes shut as you inhale, gaze forward, get length. Exhale, ground the palms, step or jump back to plank. Lift the back of the ribs, extend through the crown of the head. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift the heart, shoulders roll back, neck is long. Exhale, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Return to the breath. Feeling free to peek open the eyes and notice any tendencies in the body. Return to center and return to the breath. With an inhale, gaze forward. Step or jump the feet to meet the hands. Get length through the spine and exhale, fold. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. Come to stand. Exhale, release the arms down by your sides. Check in with your alignment. Feet together one more time. Inhale, rise onto the balls of the feet and lift the arms up. Find that stacking of your bones and joints. Soften the eyes back. Close them, 3 breaths. And exhale, lower the heels, fold forward. Inhale, gaze forward, get length. Exhale, ground the palms, step or jump back to plank. Find that lift from the underside, and exhale, lower. Inhale, lift the heart, center of the shoulder blades into the spine. Uniform curve in the neck. Exhale, lift the hips. Downward facing dog. Return to your breath. As you inhale, you're lifting and spreading the fingers and toes, initiating that action that draws the energy in and up from the floor to the core to lift the hips high. And as you exhale, you're extending through the 4 corners of the hands, the feet, thigh bones, back, crown of the head, heavy. And the metaphor is everybody is a star. This action of going inward, which is really what we're being invited to do at this time, is an action of digging deep, doing our personal work, handling our shit so that we can shine out, emerge, know what it is we have to offer and contribute to the world around us. With an inhale, gaze forward, step or jump the feet to meet the hands, get length through the spine, and exhale, fold. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead, come to stand. Exhale, release the arms down by your sides. Tadasana, mountain pose. Good. We're gonna keep the feet together for now. And with an inhale, arms reach up, drop the seat, chair pose. Sticking your booty out to get low, rooting the tailbone down to lift up. Moving to stack the third eye over the palate, over the heart. over the hips eventually. And then we're shifting the weight onto the right foot. Cross the left knee over the right. Maybe you want to double wrap, coming into eagle pose. Left arm out in front, right arm wraps around. Lift the upper arms parallel to the earth. Press the forearms away from the face as you roll the shoulders down the back. Everything hugs into the midline of the body. You can bring the thumb to the forehead if you'd like. You can stay here, or with an exhale, begin to hinge at the hips, bringing the elbows to the knees. Wherever you're working, 3 more breaths. If you want a challenge, play with closing your eyes. It's hard. Good. And then with an inhale, rise if you're not already there. And as you exhale, unwind and open to the side. Warrior 2. Deep bend in that front knee right over the front ankle. Back thigh bone back and inner rotated. Hips fully open in the side body plane. Inhale, reach up and back for peaceful warrior. 3 breaths. Shifting the gaze up. Using the gaze to bring lightness into the pose. And with an exhale, cartwheel the hands to the mat. Step back to downward facing dog. Feel free to move through El Vinyasa, or to stay in down dog, or to come into child's pose. Wherever you find yourself, anchor your awareness back on your breath. Cultivate that balance and evenness in the breath. That brings balance and evenness into the heart rate and the speed of the thoughts through the mind. The breath is a control dial on the awareness. We'll meet back in downward facing dog if you're not there already. And with an inhale, gaze forward. Step or jump the feet to meet the hands. Get length through the spine. Exhale, fold deeply. Inhale, drop the seat, arms reach up, chair pose. Exhale, stand tall. Tadasana, mountain pose. Good work. With an inhale, arms reach up, drop the seat, chair. Booty out to get low. Center of the buttocks into the midline to lift the frontal hip bones. Lift the fingertips and the crown of the head. Soften the shoulders and the low ribs down. Shift the gaze, or shift the weight to the left foot and cross the right knee over the left. Right arm out in front. Left arm wraps around. Lift the upper arms parallel to the earth. Press the forearms away from the face as you roll the shoulders down the back. Thumb to the forehead if you like. Exhale and fold forward if you did so on the other side. Maybe you want to play with closing your eyes. With an inhale, rise. Unwind and exhale, open warrior 2. Deep bend in your front knee. Back thigh inner rotated, both thigh bones press back. Finding the center. And then inhale and lift up, peaceful warrior. The gaze lifts up. Gazing up brings lightness into our body. 3 breaths. And cartwheel your hands to the mat. Step back. Move through a vinyasa or come to down dog or child's pose. Remembering to listen to and honor your body through your practice today. We'll meet back in downward facing dog. And with an inhale, gaze forward. Step or jump the feet to meet the hands. Get length through your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, drop the seat, arms reach up, chair pose. Exhale, stand tall, Tadasana, mountain pose. Good work. Let's do a tree pose. So sometimes we repeat, or always, we repeat the same shapes over and over again. That is the practice. But as we do it, like if you've been doing a few classes with me this week, see how rapidly you see yourself gaining stability and balance. We'll shift the weight onto the right foot and inhale, lift the left knee. You can kickstand at the ankle, press the foot into the calf, or take that foot up above the knee joint. Because the foot and the leg press together for stability, you don't want to press sideways into your knee joint. Make sure that standing thigh bone is back, hip over the knee and ankle. Lifted thigh bone presses down. Whole lower body is grounded. Hands at the heart. Everything hugs into the midline of the body. As you ground down, you lift up. This balance of opposing forces. You can have your hands together or apart, but really looking for that same stacking of the bones and joints from the ground up. Particularly notice if your head is dropped forward. Your head is very heavy and it will throw you off. Good, you're welcome to just stay here or to play with closing your eyes. 3 more deep, long breaths. And inhale it back to center. Exhale, release. Good. Shake out the legs a little bit. And shift the weight onto the left foot. Outer edge of the foot parallel with outer edge of the mat. Lift and spread the toes, stretch them out, ground them down. Find that focal point to steady your gaze. That is not me, because I will wobble. And inhale, lift the other knee. Turn the foot out. You can kickstand at the ankle, press into the calf, or take that foot above the knee. Building from the ground up. Thigh bone back, thigh bone down. Hands at the heart. Everything hugs into the center of the body. You press from the tailbone through the heel, through the floor to the earth, and then inhale and reach up. We can have our hands together or apart, but we're looking for that same stacking of the bones and joints. Being particularly aware today of the head. Center the third eye over the palate and the heart. Soften your eyeballs back. Maybe close them. 3 breaths. And with an inhale, bring it all to center. And exhale, release it down. Shake it out a little bit. Good, and then we'll take the feet wide. Outer edge of the feet parallel with outer edge of the mat. Turn the left foot in slightly. Turn the right foot out all the way. Preparing for your triangle pose. Lift and spread the toes, stretch them out, ground them down. Feel as you press through that big toe mound how it lifts the inner arch of the foot. Lifting the whole inside of the leg to the pelvic floor. Maintain that lift as you exhale, widening the back hip in line with the knee and ankle, front thigh bone cutting back so the whole pelvis shifts. Keep the abdomen back and the side body is long, so we're not going to come out of alignment to come down. We're gonna stay with that stacking of the bones and joints in the back body plane as we come all the way down into our triangle pose. And then scan the body from the ground up. Notice the places, maybe it's your knee is getting compressed, bend the knees. Lift from the back of the knees to the sit bones as you press from the back of the knees down. Maybe it's that front hip. Press the thigh bone back and buttocks into the midline, the back body. As we stabilize the legs and hips, we can breathe length into the spine. Press through the palms to roll the shoulders back. And use your gaze. Gazing down can help you find your balance. Gazing forward, chin in line with the sternum, slide the jawbone back, align the head and neck. Maybe lift your gaze up, 3 breaths. Beautiful work. Take that left hand to the hip, back hip, hop the back foot in. If you're tight on space, you might have to scoot the front foot back. Pressing down through that right big toe mound as you lift up. That standing thigh bone moves back and buttock comes into the midline of the body. The abdomen is drawn back. We press through the palms to roll the shoulders back. Gazing down towards the floor can help you spine stability. Gazing straight ahead with the chin in line with the sternum helps you find the alignment in the head and neck. Maybe lastly, you lift your gaze up, have 3 breaths. And with an exhale, bend that knee, rise, warrior 2. Straighten your leg. Turn the outer edge of both feet parallel with the outer edge of the mat. Exhale, fold forward. Bring your hands to the floor, between your feet if accessible. Fingertips pointing towards your face. Finding the stacking of the bones and joints in the legs. Press down into the palms to lift the shoulders away from the ears. Hug the shoulder blades in towards the spine. Maybe the crown of the head can come to the floor. 3 more deep, long breaths. With an inhale, lift the abdomen and the gaze. Bring the hands to the hips. Next inhale, root down to rise up, elbows towards each other on the back. Turn that right foot in slightly and the left foot out all the way. Lift and spread the toes, stretch them out, ground them down. With an exhale, widening the back hip back, cut the front thigh bone back. Make sure that back hip is in line with the knee and ankle of the back leg. If it's not, make adjustments. Feel and find the space as you keep the abdomen back and stretch the torso forward. Come down into your triangle pose. And maybe you want to play with closing the eyes. I forgot to say it on the other side, but maybe you did it anyways. Closing the eyes, we might notice different places where the body feels strong or where the body feels constricted and compressed. Make your adjustments. Front thigh bone back and buttocks into the midline. Press out through the palms to roll the shoulders into the back body. If the eyes are closed, we can't really use our gaze, but if you like that, you can open your eyes and gaze down. Shift the gaze forward, chin in line with the sternum and slide back. Maybe shift your gaze up, 3 breaths. And bring that right hand to the hip. Hop the back foot in. Scoot the fingertips out if you have space, or slide the front foot back a little bit. That big toe mound is your anchor as you press down to lift the back leg. The wrist stacks under the shoulder with the side body long. Maybe I forgot what I was saying. Thigh bone back on the front leg, buttock into the midline. Press out through the palms to roll the shoulders back. Maybe gazing down. Maybe finding that alignment with the chin in line with the sternum. Maybe gazing up, maybe closing your eyes. 3 breaths. And with an exhale, bend the knee and rise, warrior 2. Straighten the legs. Turn both feet to face forward. And exhale, fold forward again. If you have headstand in your practice and you want to do a headstand practice, you are welcome. If you want to twist, we'll also twist. Inhale, lift the abdomen. Ground the left hand under the face. Right hand onto the sacrum. Widen that right hip to the right. Nope, left hip to the left, sorry. And lift the right arm up, yes. Finding the stability in the pelvis. Lifting the abdomen to lengthen the spine. Rolling the shoulders into the back body. Maybe you can lift your gaze. Maybe you want to close your eyes. With your next exhale, release. Inhale, gaze forward, get length. Ground that right hand under your face. Left hand on the sacrum. For real, this time we're widening the right hip to the right. As you lift the abdomen and lift the left arm up for the twist. Press through the palms to hug the shoulders together down and into the back body. Maybe gazing up, maybe closing your eyes. And with an exhale, release. If you're in a headstand practice, come on down. Bring the hands onto the hips. Elbows draw together on the back. With an inhale, root down to rise up. Step or jump the feet together. Come back to the top of the mat. With an inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale, fold forward over the legs. Inhale, gaze forward, lengthen the spine. Exhale, ground the palms, step or jump back. Feel free to take a vinyasa or not. Let's all meet in child's pose. Let me check on the time. Good. So taking a moment to check back in with the quality of your breath, the tension in your body, and the speed of the thoughts through the mind at this moment in your practice. Good. And then we will rise to seated. Extend the legs out in front of you and cross the right knee over the left knee. Good. So both sits bones are grounded. Trying to stack the knees right on top of each other. Left foot flexed and active. And then we're bringing the left arm around behind you. Grab the left elbow with the right hand. Press the head back into the arms. Roll the shoulders down the back. And with an exhale, begin to hinge at the hips and fold forward. 5 deep, long breaths. Not just collapsing into the chest here, but keeping the shoulders back and the head pressing into the arms to keep the third eye, the palate, and the heart in alignment. Breathe into the places that feel tight and sore and stuck. And as you exhale completely, soften more deeply. Inhale, rise. Take that, ground the right foot inside the left knee. Ground the right fingertips by your hip. Inhale, lift the left arm up. And take the elbow outside the knee for a twist. Press the elbow and the knee together to roll the shoulders back. Press both sits bones down and lift the spine. Chin in line with the sternum, slide the jawbone back. Then shift the gaze around behind you. 5 breaths. Good. Return to center and release. Shimmy out the hips. Remembering that if your pelvis is tilted backwards, you want to sit up on your block or your blanket or whatever. And then draw the left knee in. And you're crossing that left knee over the right knee with the left foot brought back towards the right hip. I hope I made that clear on the other side. And then taking the right arm back behind the head, grabbing the right elbow with the left hand. Press both sits bones down and inhale, lift. Abdomen, heart, crown. Roll the shoulders down the back and press the head and the arm together. With an exhale, begin to fold forward, hinging at the hips. Keeping the alignment in the neck and shoulders. Have 5 deep, long breaths. Breathing into those places that feel tight and sore and stuck. And as you exhale, seeing where you can soften and release, not just from the body, but from the mind as well. With an inhale, rise. Grounding that left foot inside the right knee. Ground the left fingertips by the hips. Inhale, lift the right arm up. Before we twist, we get space in the spine. Bring that right elbow outside the left knee. Press the elbow and the knee together to roll the shoulders back. Press both sits bones down and from the base of the spine, lift straight up. Chin in line with the sternum, slide the jawbone back. Then deepen the twist and shift the gaze behind you. 5 breaths. And return to center. Straighten both legs. Wiggle them out a little bit. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, fold all the way forward. 5 deep, long breaths. Trying to keep the neck in line with the spine as much as possible. And then with an inhale, we're gonna begin to lift and roll the spine back, keeping the arms in line with the ears as much as possible. Rolling down vertebrae by vertebrae, coming to lay flat on your back. With the arm, you can bring the arms down by your sides here. Draw the belly button into the spine. Scoop from the tailbone towards the heels. And inhale, slowly lift the legs all the way up and overhead. The head and shoulders become your foundation, so press down firmly. And then if you don't want to do a shoulder stand, put your legs up the wall or on a chair. If you do, roll the shoulders under, palms face up or interlace, and then bring the hands onto the lower back. Maybe you want to stay here in plow pose. Pressing down through the back of the arms, the back of the head, and the shoulders to lift the thigh bones and lengthen the spine. Maybe you want to lift the legs up for a full shoulder stand practice. Wherever you're working, 10 deep, long breaths. Putting your legs up the wall is a wonderful alternative to receive all the benefits of the pose. Remembering that this is not a pike shape, we press up through the heels and draw the center of the buttocks into the midline as we press down through the back of the arms, looking for the same stacking of the bones and joints in the back body plane. Once you've had 10 breaths, release the feet back down behind you, release the hands, roll the spine out, vertebrae by vertebrae. Engage the abdomen as you lower the legs all the way to the floor. Draw the knees into the chest. Rock gently from side to side. Massage the low back. Maybe you want to cross the right leg over the left as you drop the legs to the left side and gaze to the right. If eagle wrapping the legs is too intense of a twist, or if it doesn't feel good on your back, come out of it and just stack the knees. Breathe length and space into the spine. And as you exhale, soften more deeply into the back body plane, wringing it out. With an inhale, return to center. Maybe if you did so on the other side, crossing the left leg over the right. Exhale, dropping the legs down to the right side. Again, always listening to your body, and if that's too intense, just stack the knees for a gentle twist. We want to find that length and space in the spine, and then soften the left shoulder towards the floor. Allowing the twist to detoxify the organs so fresh blood can flow through the body when we unwind. And allowing it to facilitate release of what is not serving us on all layers and levels of our being. With an inhale, bring it back to center. Release the legs, bend the knees, ground the feet. Hands by your sides, palms facing up. With an inhale, lift the pelvis, the low back, the middle back. Maybe interlace the hands or just roll the shoulders under, palms face up. Pressing the back of the head and the shoulders down to lift the heart, bridge pose. From the heart, extend through the knees. From the heart, extend through the crown. Have 3 more deep, long breaths. And then with an exhale, release, Shavasana. Feeling free to keep the knees bent, feet wide, and let the knees fall together, or to extend the heels away from the crown of the head. Wherever you're working, return the awareness to the breath. Allow the breath to fill the body from the inside out like a balloon. And as you exhale, soften more deeply into the support of the ground beneath you. Allow yourself to be held by this practice as we go through the process of cocooning. Hmm. Take this moment to savor Any insights you've received, any limitations or judgments you've released from the body or the mind through your practice today. Begin to intentionally deepen the breath. Wiggle the fingers and the toes. Gently sway the head. With an inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. Give yourself a big stretch from fingertips to tippy toes. Exhale here. Inhale, draw the knees into the chest. And exhale, roll to the right side body. Use that right arm as a pillow for a moment as you gather your bearings. Move slowly when you're ready. Keep the eyes closed as you press down with the palms to lift up. Find a comfortable seated position. Return your awareness to your breath. Notice the quality of the breath after the practice. Notice where in your body you're still holding tension, where things have shifted, where you have new awareness. Observe the speed of the thoughts through the mind in this moment. And then return the awareness to anchor fully on your breath. We will seal our collective efforts with a single Om, allowing the low body to be heavy and ground you down. Inhale, breathe the crown of the head up and away from the pelvic bowl. Exhale, roll the shoulders down the back. Slide the jawbone back. Stack the vertebrae, aligning this internal antenna within us that connects us and allows us to communicate with all things. Inhale deeply to prepare. Bring the hands to the heart. Bow the head in gratitude for the tools of this practice that remind us, even when we are in isolation, we are never really alone. We are always co-creating our lives with the energy of the universe. And it's always there to provide insights and guidance if we choose to shift our awareness in that direction. Thank you all so much for being here in real life. Have a great rest of your day. John and I are doing a restorative class tomorrow at 6 p.m. And so he's gonna play music. We're gonna use a microphone, so hopefully it'll sound pretty good. I've been posting photos of all kinds of random shit from around your house that you could use as props if you don't have props. If you would like to receive the link for that, just shoot me a little email and I'll send it to you. I'm not gonna send it to everyone because I don't know if people want it. But thank you guys. Have a great rest of your day.